Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
What the hell is that wiggle about? Welcome to...
I don't know.
Welcome.
But it was aliens.
The alien comedy podcast where we probe weird alien shit to decide whether it really did involve aliens or whether the people involved were actually Barry bullshitters. I've got Granville Moonwalker with me co-hosting, and I'm today's investigator-in-chief, Kevin the Grey.
Beard.
Alright, Mooney. We're getting straight down and dirty today because we have a lot to get through. Our subject today, Stephany Cohen, is from Bromley, South London. South London! So she is not too far from us, Mr. Moonwalker.
No, she's not.
At the time of which I researched this probe, she's in her 50s in this life. So here's what
She's
Stephany looks like, just for context.
That's definitely not Stephany Cohen. So she, don't know how to describe her. She's got some funky hair though.
Yeah, she's got multicoloured...
Dreads.
Yeah.
But it's not... So the hair itself isn't coloured. I think there's just loads of bands and beads, and some of it might be coloured actually. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I look at her and I think she's got a comforting presence.
Could be like a cool granny.
Yeah.
That ain't scared to whoop your ass if you step out of line. By that glare she has on her face,
Yeah.
she is whooping your ass if you step out of line.
She got fire in the belly.
So in that picture,
Yes.
there is a picture in the background
Yes.
of an alien.
There is, yes. Which I brushed over.
The picture doesn't look too dissimilar to one of Huggins' pieces of work.
It doesn't actually, does it? And I'll just add that we will upload this picture to our Instagram and to our Facebook group, Extraterrestrial Towers.
Yeah.
But so, as Moonwalker has just seen, Stephany has drawn pictures of some of the things that she's seen.
Oh, she's drawn that.
Yep.
And she's seen that.
Yep.
Is this female Huggins? Huggins 2.0.
Not quite, but we'll get into all
Fuggins.
of this. She's not a thug.
No, but she's a female.
Oh,
Fuggins.
Fuggins. Let's just take a closer look at Stephany and an alien she's drawn before we really get going on this one. Again, this image will be on our Instagram and Extraterrestrial Towers.
So we have another picture here, and is she on a... So Stephany is sat down next to a TV monitor. It looks like she's in a studio, and she's in a studio, isn't she? Did she go on TV and tell her story?
How very perceptive of you.
So on this TV screen, we have a picture of what looks to be an alien. He's either standing in a green doorway or lying on the grass with his hand up like he's waving. Hi. Or he's on a bed, single bed, green bed sheet, no pillows.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only just fitting on that bed.
I think the alien's got an aura.
That's one powerful aura.
But the image that she has drawn / painted, that's a typical grey, right? Well,
is it? Isn't a typical grey quite short?
we don't know how tall that is.
Typical.
Yeah, but I'm saying the picture,
Oh,
we
the
don't know how
picture,
tall
yeah.
it is. We don't know what the scale is.
Sure.
Stephany predicted in 2014 that Labour would win the British general election of 2015 because of Labour's close ties with the cat people of Canis Major. Canis Major is indeed a constellation, and somewhat ironically, Canis Major is Latin for greater dog. So that's cat people of the greater dog.
Or has someone just messed up the translation there, and it's actually greater than dogs? Because let's face it, cats are greater than dogs. She generally has a 50 50 chance of getting this right of whether Labour's going to win. So if she got it wrong, was she going to say there was interference from someone?
So I'll cover that in a bit. So I have a mock-up of Cat Person here for you, though. Not by Stephany. It is a mock-up of Cat Person. If you'd just like to check this out before I move on to that.
So I have two pictures here. One of them is brilliant. And actually, round of applause for that one. So first off, before we get to the brilliant one, we have a picture of... That's a painted picture of a cat person. Essentially. Essentially, it's a cat person. It's a portrait, and replaced with the human face is a human version of a cat face.
It is quite literally 50-50, isn't it? If you combined a human and a cat, this is what you'd get. Pointy ears.
Cat eyes. The nose is... Yeah.
Half and half.
Yeah, and same with the mouth.
And long blonde hair.
Yeah, long blonde hair and a pink top. And beside that, we have a picture of Cat from Red Dwarf. You absolute legend. And for those of you that haven't seen Red Dwarf, sort your life out and go and watch Red Dwarf.
Hey, little fishy, I'm gonna eat ya. How am I looking? I'm looking nice. How am I looking now? I'm still looking nice.
So I just love the way he'd walk into a room and spit and go, ah,
wow. I thought I'd go in hard to begin with. There is actually lots of literature out there on cat people, but unfortunately it turned out that these cat people were liars, because obviously Labour lost that general election. The Conservatives won a majority vote in 2015. I'm just going to say this story is straight up bonkers and never really softens up, so I'm going to apologise in advance. There's not really a narrative here. I'm just going to hit you with the hard facts. Stephany didn't comment, to my knowledge, on the election outcome, but would add that the cat people champion the poor and sick. It turns out Stephany is a god to the cat people.
What?
My own story here.
What?
Yeah.
Is she... So do cats... I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this.
Just accept it, it's fine.
So cat people champion the poor and the sick.
Yep.
So does that mean that they take pity, essentially, or look after the poor and the sick?
I'm going to go with look after because it's nicer.
So crazy cat ladies. Is that the cats looking after them?
Ooh, I think you might be onto something there. I'm going to say it's a codependent relationship.
Is she a crazy cat lady? Well,
she's beyond that. Just you wait. Oh my.
Am I sick? I get on well with cats.
We've got a good balance on this show because you're a cat man and I'm a dog man.
You're a fucking loser.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
So aggressive.
It was the cat people.
They support.
I don't know why people don't like cats.
Because they're selfish?
No, they're not.
They only come to you if they want something.
Exactly. Perfect.
You just want to be used and abused, is what this really comes down to. Deep in your inner psyche, you want to be abused.
I don't like neediness, and dogs are too needy.
No, they're friendly. No. There's a difference.
No. Like, a cat will come over, give you a little
and the
snuggle,
dog will chase after it. I don't need you then.
And then it will bugger off, and that's fine. A dog will just be there constantly wanting something.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They'll do it at times, but not constantly. They spend most of their time sleeping.
Bullshit.
It's genuinely true.
Bullshit.
They spend like 18 hours a day asleep.
Bullshit.
Right, anyway, should we just take
a... lions. And lions are cats. And they spend 20 hours of the day sleeping. They're only awake for 4.
You wouldn't have a lion as a pet, though, would you?
Yes, I would.
You'd be dead.
How cool would it be, though?
To be killed. All right, Joe Exotic. I'm Granville fucking Moonwalker. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I'd call my sanctuary Moonies.
Let's just take a step
The lion
backwards.
tamer.
We're not getting away from it, god damn it. Stephany had her first encounter with an alien, a grey, in Negril, Jamaica in 1986. She's writing an autobiography, but I couldn't find it, so I don't know anything more about that first encounter, unfortunately. But I've actually found Stephany on Facebook, and her About Me is very interesting. Stephany explains how she works and plays with her beloved cat people mum and grandmother, Saint Catherine the Great of Alexandria. Saint
Where is this coming from?
Saint Catherine was a martyr around the 4th century. Saint Catherine's husband is Stephany's cat people grandfather, and her earth father, depending upon which incarnation you look at, he's called Albert. Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. Your head is spinning round and round.
I don't... Where is this Oh, my God. What is going on? I think this is the first time I've ever felt lost.
It's only going to get better. Albert the cat.
How does she work and play with her beloved cat mum and grandmother?
Maybe she's got a ball of yarn.
How do you work
And then
with
she does
them?
some knitting.
I understand. Oh, you fucking bastard. Well played. Oh my God, this is madness. Madness. Albert is such a shit cat name as well.
Imagine calling your cat Albert. Oh. Well, come on, Albert. Come over here. Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. Wow. This and the fact that you've actually said that this isn't going to get any easier. It's just literally just going.
Oh, just you
balls
wait for
to the
what's
wall.
coming.
Wow.
Albert was a high-ranking officer in World War
No, he
I.
wasn't.
Yes,
No,
he was. Respect for that, Albert.
Has she reenacted World War I with cats and given Albert
Possibly.
a high-ranking officer's suit?
Albert was also Pharaoh Seti in ancient Egypt. Respect for that, Albert. Seti was the son of Ramesses I and had the longest and deepest tomb in the Valley of the Kings.
Are you now going to tell me that he was also Ramesses as well and he birthed himself?
No! But it was Seti I and Ramesses II, aka Ramesses the Great, who are believed to have brought ancient Egypt to the height of its power. Stephany has a strong bloodline.
I mean, Egyptians love cats.
Exactly! Connections!
I'm going to go out on
The room and leave me to finish this by myself.
a really thin limb here.
Yeah.
Imagine if this is all true. Every single word of it.
I've just had this image. Imagine if all of these cat people move like the cat as well. So Pharaoh Seti comes in. Wow! How are my Egyptians looking?
Kicks the door down.
And then in World War I, Albert's on the front line, spinning across the battlefield, all the bullets are missing him.
Dodging
He's in
bullets.
like a shiny suit, and everyone else is all in there, camo and whatnot. It's like, wow!
See something like a reflection of the light somewhere. Goes to chase it, and all the bullets miss him because he started to chase it. Oh look! Throws it. It's actually a grenade. Kills like 20 enemies.
So let's move on to Stephany herself.
Oh my God, this is madness.
Stephany herself was Joan of Arc in a previous life.
Fuck right off. Oh, that's nonsense.
Oh, I love this lady. refresh your memory, Joan of Arc.
So, if it turns out that she has a brother that's a cat that was Jesus, I'm leaving.
Oh, shit. Shit. Anyway, so Joan of Arc played a large role in France recovering itself from English domination after reportedly seeing saintly visions, including visions of St. Catherine. Connection.
Hat Foreign.
Joan was ultimately captured by French nobles in cahoots with the English and died by being burned at the stake on the 30th of May for 1431 at approximately 19 years of age. Stephany still gets visions of this life now. That must be horrid.
I don't know if, like, I just don't know. Is she just reading a book on...
To be fair, she must have read several books to come up with this. This is...
famous people in the past, and she's like, I could just say that I'm that
It's
person.
really elaborate, but it kind of ties together.
Do you reckon she has a room in her house which has loads of pictures and stories, articles, everything on the wall, and then there's coloured rope that goes between each?
She's got
all these different ones.
A serial
like
killer
threads.
map out.
Yeah.
Trying to track down, except it's just...
There's her in the middle, and then it all goes on how they all link with cats as well. She's like, someone's called Catherine, she's in. Albert, you can call a cat Albert, it's in.
So I'm just going to blitz through some other bits about her. Stephany has had a few other past lives, including as Queen Cleopatra, Marie Antoinette, the last queen of France before the French Revolution, which led towards Napoleon taking control, and Goddess Isis in ancient Egypt, one of Egypt's greatest goddesses, of course.
I have a question.
I hope it's an easy one.
And this is no slight on Stephany.
Right?
What does she do?
She... Okay, I do have an idea, but I can't tell you yet.
Because in all these past lives,
Yeah.
she is a queen,
Yep.
an empress, like Joan of Arc. She's all these amazing people.
Yeah, and now she's having a lifetime off.
And
Everyone needs a break.
hold on. If we find out that she has previously had 8 different fucking lives and this is her 9th, I am getting up.
Do you know what? I never thought to count.
Walking out.
I never thought to count them. How many did I say? Cleopatra, Marie Antoinette,
Joan of Arc.
Goddess, Joan of Arc, Catherine. Obviously, Stephany herself. That's 6. That's all I can remember. I really should count. That never even occurred to me.
Maybe there's more. Maybe she's on live number 6.
Well, she's at least number 6 that we know of currently. And yeah, you're quite right. They were all sort of people of worldwide importance and fame.
But then, to be fair, some of them may have become famous after they died.
Yeah,
So-
that's not Stephany's fault.
There's... I don't really want to say this, but I'm gonna. There's still hope for her yet.
Yes.
What if she stops an alien invasion?
Right, so Stephany,
Maybe there's a cat-dog war going on that we don't know about, and she's...
there is. We see it every day on the streets. It's important. Stephany has another cat person father called Saint Michael, aka Jesus.
Fuck right off. That's not... No. Oh my god, that's actually written there. I said brother, so I'm not getting up and I'm not walking out. I'm going to finish this through.
Right, so I'm not sure if Stephany is saying her cat people father is actually Jesus, so we'll move on from that. Stephany also communicates with other extraterrestrial races, one of which Stephany has had communication with is the humanoid greys, as you know from the painting. Stephany has a grey grandmother called Marina who can turn herself into a spider. There are more, but honestly I'm so confused at this point that I simply can't explain any more of her family.
How many grandmothers can you have?
Oh, by the way, Alfred was actually Alfred the Great of England too, the Saxon king of Wessex who unified England in the 800s. If you had a family like this, what would you do? You're shaking your head. I've blown your mind. You're speechless.
I am. Is this the same Alfred that fought Ragnar Lothbrok?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What don't you know?
What I would do. And again, can I just point out
Yes.
that every one of her relatives is great? Stephany, what have you done lately?
Stephany the Great.
Oh my...
Stephany?
I don't know.
Stephany calls her group of alien being and reincarnated spirit people Team Spirit. And they have a UFO.
Fuck off! They're not like superheroes that go around.
Team Spirit visit other planets once Stephany's physical body is asleep. This happens in the spiritual body, you see.
Oh my god. She dreams this shit. Are they like the X-Men? And they go off in Blackbird?
I have just included a drawing of the Team Spirit craft for you. It's some of Stephany's finest work. It may be made in crayons.
It looks like 4 stones with the largest at the bottom and the smallest at the top. And they've literally been placed on top of each other. The bottom one has 2 doors and 2 windows. There's 3 windows on the next one and 1 large window on the one above that. And on the very top, there is nothing.
It's a roof.
The flames coming out of the bottom, I would say, are all different colours, but you've got like 6 colours there. Yellow, green, orange, purple, red, white, blue. And I'm going to ask you, as they are Team Spirit, are those colours a manifestation of their spirits?
No, that's just the boosters to fly. Because on other planets and other worlds...
Why would they be? Why are they different colours?
Fashion. You seen her hair?
I would like to think that it's their spirits.
You think she ain't gonna fly around something flamboyant? This is Stephany frickin' Cohen, son.
Do they just go around, do they just fly around the planet or planets solving crimes? Are they crime fighters?
I mean, she might, but she does other things as well.
Are they Team Rocket?
No, they're not Team Rocket. I probably need to get onto the next bit before you ask more questions.
Okay.
Stephany.
Fucking batshit.
Stephany has explained that she has a particularly close friend of another alien species.
Close friend, eh?
This one is an octopus man called Ian.
Who named him?
His mum? Sally?
I kind of expected aliens to have other names.
Like Shrullah, for example, yeah.
Something like that. And she was particularly close with this one, right? Mm-hmm. Is that because he has 8 hands?
Well, octopus men and cat people, it turns out, sneak into Stephany's room at night and she has sex with them. The cat people are particularly highly charged sexually.
Oh. Is she married?
I did look into that and I couldn't find evidence of it.
Because if she lives on her own, why are they sneaking?
Because they don't want to wake her? Oh, that's bad.
That's worse.
Sorry. So Stephany is very open in that these creatures give her better orgasms than any man ever has or could.
She's
and therefore, Stephany isn't even interested in having a human partner anymore. So Stephany either spends her evenings banging aliens or adventuring the galaxies with them all in their UFO. Can you even imagine having sex with Ian?
No.
You've got a friend called Ian. This tickles me.
Yes, I have. Have I? Yes, I have. It's because I was thinking octopus. That threw me. Ian hasn't got 8 hands, so no.
Ian the octopus?
What drugs is she on?
None.
What mushrooms is she taking?
None.
There must be some kind of a hallucinogenic here.
Nuh-uh.
What was her childhood like? Did she take a knock on the head?
I can't really tell you about her childhood. I can tell you about her previous lives.
I was about to say, I don't mean as in she had a bad upbringing. I mean, like,
yeah,
maybe
no, I
had
get
an
what you
accident
mean.
and hit her head.
Just the information isn't really there.
Do you reckon she's just watched so much, like, hentai and weird porn?
I was going to say,
now
yeah.
That's the only thing that turns her on. So she's got some weird fetishes.
I came up with another thought at this point, in that she like had quite a rough time with it with the people that she's been dating in life, to the point that she's turned away from them and she's a little bit lonely. I'm not saying it's the case, just I wondered that at this point in the story. And so she's come up with all these elaborate things to sort of almost keep people at arm's length and be like, I'm alright by myself, I've got these.
And there's loads of cats.
I've got Ian the Great Octopus. Well, she doesn't have cats so much as cat people.
Wow!
And she literally has them. At some point between April and May 2018, Ms. Cohen popped up in the news again. Stephany had been visited by a giant man from Jupiter called Johan. Stephany was interviewed by News Shopper and told them that Jupiter is rising in the heavens, and I was snapping away, and lo and behold, I got a visitation from a person. He doesn't actually talk to me at all. Stephany explained that he is massive, bigger than a tree.
And nobody else has seen this person.
Obviously. Remember, she sees people in her...
Dreamlike state.
Her physical body goes to sleepies, and then her real spirit.
So she either daydreams or has real vivid dreams.
So Stephany elaborated by explaining that as Jupiter is such a big planet, it seems likely that this gentleman would be massive, before clarifying that he isn't physical but is a spirit. Johan most frequently appears to Stephany as she is playing her saxophone. It was in this article, actually, that I learned that Stephany used to be a child protection worker. Have you seen The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy?
I have.
Sweet brother Numsi! I want the knife. Please.
So she says that Jupiter is such a big planet, it seems likely.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it is. It seems likely.
That's very astute of you, good sir.
She ain't seen shit. This giant man.
In The Golden Child.
She used to be a child protection worker.
So a really serious job.
Yeah.
A job you need qualifications for, obviously.
Yeah. And you must hear a lot of horrific...
That you do, yeah.
Stories. Not necessarily stories, I mean, a lot of horrific details.
Yeah. Did she crack?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just going to say that in The Golden Child, Eddie Murphy plays a social worker on the lookout for a child who has been abducted and possibly abused. As soon as I learnt Stephany worked within a similar field, albeit with police or social care, I couldn't help but imagine Stephany as an amalgamation of Eddie Murphy and the old man that helps Eddie Murphy. Just shown Granville a picture of him.
Oh, he's in something else as well.
He's in a lot, actually. I think he's passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, damn it.
But he was awesome.
I need to watch The Golden Child.
That was literally, this is not even a joke, my favourite film as a child. Freaking loved it. And it's generally renowned as one of like Eddie Murphy's bad films from his bad period when he started getting really big and done loads of action films. But I loved it. I'd happily watch it. The Pepsi can dancing. Brilliant film. Stephany travels the universe in her UFO in search of the Golden Child with her team spirit. That is my theory.
So, my theory was that this is madness. Like, madness. Mm-hmm. She must be drinking some homebrew.
Moonshine.
With some mushrooms or something. But now that you've added that social work a bit,
yeah,
I feel it's taken a bit of a darker turn in that maybe she has heard so many horrific things that maybe she just couldn't take it anymore and has snapped. Maybe something else happened in her personal life that has literally just took it over the edge. Because she said she used to be a child protection worker.
Yep.
So it doesn't do that anymore.
I don't know that it would be looked upon well if you came out with all these
that's true.
facts and continued in the profession.
No.
But Stephany also added that UFOs are stocked in a park in Bromley. That's Norman Park for our London listeners. Stephany explained that aliens are her family. All the creatures she sees are interlinked, and they jet off most nights together to see the universe as we've established. So we're nearing our conclusion. This lady is the truth, is she not?
She definitely believes what she's saying. I don't want to be disrespectful and just say she's off her fucking rocker.
I've got you sympathy balls here, haven't I?
Yeah. In terms of, not the fact that I believe it, but the fact that her...
But you believe she believes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her mind is literally just, I wouldn't say fragmented, but broken. Well, not even broken, just...
Yeah.
It could be a coping mechanism.
Not to shoot myself in the foot, but a lot of people in high-pressure, stressful jobs do sort of go down with stress. But this is some sort of extravagant case, isn't it? I've never known of any colleague ever to...
I mean, maybe if you're gonna go down, go with some flamboyance.
Yeah, absolutely. Slide in sideways, screaming, don't go nicely. I couldn't actually establish either why there were crafts in Bromley. Just
they're just there.
At this point, this is a really mild issue.
Are they just in the trees, hidden
underground?
Are they in plain sight with some special
fair,
cloaking
maybe they're
device?
in the spirit realm.
Possible.
Yeah. I have a bit of a coup de grace for you here. I know I've just gone forward to 2018, but this story has been like Memento. It was all discombobulated and I'm piecing it together.
Great film.
So I'm making out the narrative, which doesn't actually exist. It just is what it is. So in 2013, Stephany was in the papers when George Osborne was about to announce the national budget in the UK. Stephany chimed in to inform that aliens were guiding the economy towards recovery. Stephany has actually had open correspondence with our old friends, the reptilians, who are highly skilled in the fields of business and finance.
So was she just talking to politicians?
Are politicians reptilians, are you suggesting?
They're fucking snaky bastards.
Confirmed, you heard it here. The reptilians, it turns out, are trying to help the economy.
That's what they always say.
Yeah, that's what they say. What they're actually
line their own pockets.
Yeah. So I'm guessing this isn't the evil draconian reptilians, but it's the good ones who work together with the insectoids and Mars Defense Force. The reptilians work on people's minds to guide them to make the right decisions. Makes sense, right?
The right decisions for them.
Yeah. Invest in this company.
Invest in this company. Company goes under. They've pocketed all the money from it.
I do actually love how sometimes all these stories we've explored get intertwined and actually start to make a weird kind of sense. Like, this has been so bonkers that at this point, when it connects something, you're like, oh, okay, that could be true. So leading on from that, Stephany went on to give a few more details about her life. Stephany has a famous ex. You may have heard of him. In this life, he goes by the name Arsene Wenger, who at the time managed Arsenal Football Club. It's her ex.
No way.
So, wait for it.
Whoa.
I think you need to let me finish.
Okay.
Wenger was heir to the French throne in the 1500s.
There we go.
Back then, Wenger was highly intelligent but stubborn with no plan B. That's
I mean,
what she
that
said.
sounds like Wenger. That sounds like a guy.
Stephany explains that now, which remember was 2013, the aliens offer advice to Mr. Wenger, which included telling him to get rid of a lot of shitty players and to bring in better players. Absolute genius.
So she's also an Arsenal fan that was able to see the state we were in that time.
Yeah, but nobody but intellectually superior aliens could have come up with that, right? The aliens also passed on that Mr. Wenger needed to let Steve Bold do his job, as Mr. Wenger likes to do everything, but isn't good at everything.
So she may be an Arsenal supporter as well. That pretty much
I don't know what makes you think that.
mirrored everything that every single Arsenal supporter was saying at the time, us included. Mm-hmm. Or she just read it from the back of a paper.
Maybe, but
or
this lady... Sorry, go on.
Well, would still read it from the back of a newspaper, but maybe it was in her cat litter box.
Stephany is trying to offer advice in her own kind of way, isn't she? Like, she's offering advice to Wenger, to the economy. Mm-hmm. Do you think she's actually just really trying to help the world, but she's knowing that people aren't going to listen to her, so she's coming up with an extravagant story to sort of try and make people listen? And then she's thinking, even if they think I'm absolutely nuts,
it would
they
make
might
sense.
get the message, even in their subconscious.
Bonkers woman is actually talking sense.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily explain why she's Joan of Arc, but...
Was.
So earlier on when I said I had a coup de grace...
I thought that was it.
Nope. We've discussed Stephany quite a bit today, but there's something that I have to show you. Remember, right at the start? You noted that she looked...
Yeah, on a TV show.
Yeah, so Stephany has appeared on This Morning, the British morning television show with Phillip Schofield and Holly Willoughby.
I fucking love Holly Willoughby.
I'm really starting to like This Morning. They have covered so much more wacky things than I realised. Oh. Stephany explained that the weather had been bad leading up to her appearance because lots of aliens were travelling from other planets to Earth because they knew Stephany was going to be on This Morning. Bad weather, it turns out, is actually used to cover up alien ships. Anyhow, here is the video. Ooh.
They're here now, and one of the greatest things, one of the greatest revelations
Go, Phillip Schofield.
Just the volume up.
One of these beings to manifest themselves right behind me now. Why don't they show themselves?
Because then they're not into showing off. They're
Good answer.
very
Shy?
This.
quite reserved in themselves.
So close.
Well, they have sex with you at a bus.
No. What I mean is
I love Phillip.
they don't show themselves to the world like that. They tend to deal on a personal level with individuals because we all have guides, our own guides, and they are...
I was about to say she tends to look away quite a lot, but then as soon as I was about to say it, she just makes direct eye contact with both of them.
Them, they would do that through your guides, or your guides would allow them to come through so that you can see them.
I mean, if these spirits are actually here, I mean, that would be a very easy way to test that. We could get the spirits to go into another room just outside the studio and tell us come back in and tell you what's in there, and then you tell us. That's it, now shut me up.
They're trying to tie her up here.
Yeah.
Go tell them to go into my dressing room right now and tell me what's in my briefcase.
Oh, Phillip.
They do that.
You naughty boy.
We found out what's in your briefcase, Phillip.
I'm trying to myself to look into a briefcase myself.
Come on, Stephany, I believe in you.
Yeah.
Give her a chance, come on.
Whoa. She's closing her eyes and pretending like she's in some kind of trance state.
Pretending? She's going to the spirit world with the cats.
Okay, well,
Hopefully she doesn't bang anyone this time.
everyone's just
They're waiting.
you know.
I don't know. I just see the briefcase, but I'm not
What colour
actually.
is it?
I'm seeing a briefcase. It's dark in colour with a silver strip. I'm seeing a briefcase. I'm not necessarily saying it's necessarily, but I'm not actually going into the briefcase.
I let you. You're allowed. You can.
I'm not actually.
I'm not saying it's
I don't
your
know why.
briefcase,
Maybe
but
later
I'm
on
seeing one.
They will show that to me. So I'm not claiming that I can actually.
Again, we fall at the final hurdle where proof was possible, right here on the telly.
I know.
They failed
So
once.
close.
But I mean, I am psychic and I am medium. Yet.
You can't claim that after.
Ah,
But I am psychic. What's in my suitcase? I can
don't-
see a suitcase.
I can see a suitcase, but I can't go in.
I'm not saying it's the suitcase. That was a brilliant response from Philip. I give you permission.
She was ducking and diving all over the place there.
Honestly, I watched that whole interview. It's freaking brilliant. I'll link it in the show notes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, This Morning are brilliant. They put a lot of their stuff on YouTube. So what are your thoughts on the truth you've just witnessed, Mr. Moonwalker?
Well, the truth is, she could see a briefcase. It might not necessarily have been Philip's. I love the fact that he went, what colour? She just went, it's dark in. Then looked at him and he was like, is it? And then she was like, well, I'm seeing a briefcase.
He's honestly, people need to give him more respect as a host. He really, both of them are brilliant, aren't they?
It might not necessarily be yours. Maybe they'll let me in later. Well, I give you permission. Oh, that's amazing.
On the internet, Stephany isn't taken too seriously by the hardcore UFO community.
I am not surprised.
I don't think we are either, to be fair. But we get serious when we need to. We do! Nimitz.
Yeah, true.
USS Nimitz.
Every now and again.
Yeah. So as we saw on the video, folks generally think that Stephany is either not fully truthful or has some underlying condition, be it mental health, personality disorder, or physical, combined with a very active imagination. Persistent arousal disorder can make you feel like you're having sex whilst asleep, as Professor Chris French put across on that interview we've just seen on This Morning later on. Just prior to that, Stephany has been asked whether any aliens were present in the studio and had explained that her cat grandmother was sitting on the sofa doing her knitting. Stephany obviously insists that dreams are real events and are a friendly way of letting you know what you've been doing without scaring you.
I do not. Well, okay, some of my dreams can be awesome.
Can't everyone's?
Some of them can be fucking horrific.
Hashtag probe.
So, never been probed in a dream or in real life.
Yeah.
But
You know the truth.
I would not like to live out some of my dreams.
I'm going to have to ask why now. Is there one in particular you're thinking of? I really hope there is.
Yeah, murdered someone.
Oh, crikey.
2 people.
I thought you were going to be the victim. That's
No.
far worse.
Garden cheers.
Bloody hell. Was it someone we know?
It was my dad. And
You've mentioned that
brother,
before,
yeah.
haven't you? Damn. son.
neither of which I know.
Yeah. That's some really deeply
And it was
emotional
vivid.
stuff that
Proper lucid,
I don't think this is the place
vivid
to work through.
dream. And I actually woke up to sirens around, and I
a
thought they
body
were
on the
coming for
floor.
me.
How old were you at this point?
21.
Oh my.
I think.
Okay, I'm not going to ask any more questions there.
But no, there was police cars going by outside.
Yeah, let's get back to Stephany. Stephany also states that aliens are walking amongst us, but that not everyone can see them, obviously. Of all her arguments, that one is actually her best counter-argument in a sense. There actually could be more dimensions than humans can detect, and it is plausible that creatures are looking at us from dimensions we can't even begin to imagine. But then I guess this begs the question of how can folk such as Stephany see these other dimensions? Are they X-Men?
What if she could?
Yeah?
But those aliens were just being dicks. They were like, yeah, we'll pop by and have a look, and they just stand by the
screwed
door.
her up.
Yeah, they literally just stand. We ain't fucking going in there.
The ones she's banging are actually just a bunch of random teenage aliens that aren't all these reincarnated people. They've just bullshitted to her for a laugh.
Suitcase is black. There's a something silver. I'm not opening it though. I know what Philip's like.
Hold on, this might not be Phillip's.
Could be anyone's. Fucking cat grandmother.
Are you ready for me to summarise, or you got any points on that part?
No, you can summarise. I
Yeah.
was going to stop.
So, as I've hinted at, that's it for today. We've had Stephany Cohen, a psychic and alien experiencer who is visited by cat aliens, greys, octopus aliens, and reptilians. Stephany,
The whole alien spectrum,
pretty much.
near enough.
Stephany flies in her spaceship with these aliens at night whilst her physical body sleeps.
Do you reckon the giant was a Nordic?
He's a bloody big Nordic.
It was the only one I could think of that isn't on that list.
To be fair, who am I to say that it's not?
You're Kevin the Grey, motherfucker.
Shit. Stephany can see the aliens during the day, but most other people can't. Stephany was many historical figures, such as Joan of Arc. I'm gonna... No. Her alien family were also historically important figures, such as Albert the Great. Stephany appeared on This Morning, and when put to the test, unfortunately, couldn't use her psychic ability or her alien friends to tell her what was in Philip Schofield's satchel suitcase.
They were dicking with her, that's why.
Scientists think that she's either dreaming or has a condition which makes her believe what she's experiencing is real. Any final thoughts before we conclude on Stephany, the alien sex psychic?
This is just batshit. This has been
Do you know what?
possibly the craziest story we've
I think
covered.
it's top two, along with the brains, just because the brains are so unusual.
I think this tops it.
Yeah, this is probably crazier.
That's what I mean in
Doesn't
terms
have
of the
a single
craziest.
crazier element, but all combined, it's a more crazy story than
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm with you. I have actually one more thought. She says that she's psychic. She's asking the aliens what's in the suitcase. That's not psychic. That's cheating. I've just turned on her.
Maybe she was asking for a chance to use her psychic abilities afterwards, but they had run out of patience.
I'm not seeing what's in the suitcase.
What the fuck was that accent?
I don't know. It's Bromley.
Oh, that was mental.
Are you saying that it was aliens? Please say yes.
I'm back out on that really thin limb. If this was aliens,
What do you mean, if?
this is the craziest. Like, they must just be fucking with her.
I mean, who could come up with this? It has to be true, right?
This isn't aliens.
Ah,
This is not
mother trucker.
aliens. I just want to know if she's dressing those cats up in a World War One like reenactment.
Darn it.
Cat War One.
Well, obviously, I'm not saying that it was aliens, but it was an interesting story.
Interesting. Hell yeah, it was. This is batshit.
I'm, at this point, still not genuinely entirely sure as to whether Stephany truly believes all her abilities. She seems to believe when she's talking about aliens, but then when asked to tell what's in that case, she
Yeah, when
absolutely
tested.
folds, and she doesn't simply make an excuse straight away. She rabbits in the headlights.
Tries to come up with different reasons as to why.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
that
working,
made me lean towards.
And then she was like, fuck it, I'm just going to try this. Close her eyes and starts going.
But that made me lean towards her bullshitting rather than she believes in herself. And even to begin with, she's very and like. But I suppose that could be nerves.
I can't say I've sat in front of Phillip Schofield and Holly Willoughby, so I don't know how I would react. I'd probably hum and and...
I don't think that I am a particularly person, personally.
It would depend
But
what
I
we're
would
talking
sit there
about.
quietly, I think, if I was nervous. And I'd probably really consider my answers being that I would potentially be on some form of television.
I know for a fact that whatever I say afterwards, I would think of 50 things I could have said, which would have been 100 times better.
Always the
God
way.
damn it, I should have said this.
Like when a girl comes up and asks for your number, you're like, why didn't I give the number? So that's today's file sealed up. I too think this is up there with the zaniest ones we have covered thus far on But It Was Aliens. Let us know what you think. We are on the Twitter.
On that Twitter.
At But It Was Aliens. You can email us with your suggestions too at butitwasaliens@gmail.com. I'm not going to repeat that. Rewind. Thank you.
Such a prick move. I love it.
But thank you so much. Truly, thank you so much for listening. We started this up as a bit of a laugh, but to be honest, well, yeah, we were expecting like 10 listeners and 50 plays tops over the year, weren't we? Mm-hmm. I think we did. Was it the last episode we said that on, or was it this? I can't even remember.
They blend.
We ended up somehow surpassing 10,000 just over 6 months in, which tells us that there are some bonkers people out there.
And we love every single one of you.
You guys and girls and other people are crazy. But again, yeah, thank you so much. We take the piss a lot, but we really do appreciate it. I don't know if our audience knows how much we really do appreciate this, though. What are you thinking?
I was about to say, how can I show that I really appreciate it? I ain't
If
doing
you'd
that.
like to hashtag probe Granville,
You ain't probing me.
drop us an email or... No, in fact, drop us a tweet. And I'll read them out to Granville on the next episode.
You swine.
But yeah, until next time, have you ever looked up and wondered why there is a human figure floating towards a spaceship?
No, but I would probably wonder why there's a spaceship.
Maybe you've just seen your neighbour float past your window. Don't be scared. Let us know and we will come and probe them because the truth is up there. Hashtag That wasn't the sound I was intending to make.